audience. Great dude, funny as all get out, talk some trash. Man, he's from the state of South Carolina. Played his butt off for South Carolina. Was a good player for Steve Spurrier, quarterback, receiver. We got a chance to really connect at the East-West Shrine Bowl. We were roommates. And so, Syvelle, man, good morning.
Good morning to you, man. Thanks for having me on the Swain event once again. Another year, we get to play against the old Rocky Top, and just always been a great week. Being able to meet you and knowing that you was a standout player there, and be able to talk trash, during this week has just always been awesome, man.
So, how has the reunion been for South Carolina and some of the coaches that have come back, been part of that staff? Shane Beamer coming back after spending his time as an assistant there. How has it been with you guys, former players, connecting with Coach Beamer?
Well, I haven't got an opportunity to meet Coach Beamer yet, so I can't really comment on that part of it. I know a lot of the players when he first arrived on campus, they met him, greeted him, and gave him a warm a reception at the stadium. And from my understanding, just talking to some of the former players that played while Beamer was there, they're super excited about him being on the staff. He's bringing a new type of encouraging, motivating type atmosphere to the program, which is always good. And from just seeing the other players going out to the stadium, that's just great to see.
Syvelle, you've always been opinionated and you spoke your mind. What's been your opinion of your program over the last couple of years, and just kind of sitting back watching from afar, because I know how prideful you are in your
Mhm.
program. You're from the state, and so it means a lot to you, man. You played hurt. You've done everything that Coach Spurrier asked you to do, change positions, just anything to help your team win, the program win. So I know how prideful you are about your program, but
Mhm.
what's been your opinion of everything kind of sitting back over the last couple of years?
I just think we've been kind of stagnant, man. Just kind of, still living off those few glory years that we had when Coach Spurrier was there. When we were blessed to get a couple of high recruits in, like Jadavian Clowney, the Stephon Gilmores, the Marcus Lattimores, and to have someone like Connor Shaw to take over after Stephen Garcia left. That was just as good, because those guys. Were great quarterbacks. They were great leaders, and the program has been just surviving and thriving off those years. And I think it's time that we separate the now from the then, and start to look in a different direction. And I think I'm hoping that's what Coach Beamer is trying to do. Coach Muschamp, he came in for the past few years, tried to create that his own atmosphere. I don't think that we actually gave him enough time. I think maybe 2 more years would have been a good thing, or 1 more year, just to kind of see what he would have done with the talent that we still have. Um, it's just the program. I'm not actually excited. I can't sit here and say I'm satisfied with where we are. I feel like we should be further along at this point with the facilities that we have and some of the classes that we have been bringing in lately.
Yeah, for sure, man. Just hey, I don't expect anything different from you, man. Keeping it real and really
Yes, sir.
sharing your opinion. I got a message from one of my partners that is from South Carolina that went to Tennessee, and he's familiar with your playing days, and he wanted me to ask you,
Mhm.
why did you have the nickname Cadillac back at Marlboro County? So, Savell, what's this nickname Cadillac, man? What's all that about?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, Cadillac. They have this a car called the Seville,
Yeah.
and my name's Syvelle. So a lot of times, the pronunciation of my name was always mixed up. I actually was behind Demetrius Summers, the second best player in the state of South Carolina, and just having such a great career, being rated high coming out of high school, the number 5 quarterback in the nation. And it was just one of those things where they gave me this nickname. One of the local announcers or broadcasters, he started calling me the Cadillac because I was always on cruise control. in the middle of the game, and that name just kind of stuck with me until I posted this picture. Well, the Florence News did this picture. This is a small town in South Carolina. With me sitting in a Cadillac limousine,
Ooh,
and I had like
big
I had
time.
all my little I had my little trophies and my little state player of the year. I had my state championship rings on, and it just stuck with me going out through my playing career.
That's pretty cool right there, man. That is pretty cool. All right, Syvelle, why is South Carolina gonna win this game this weekend, man? Because I know you think that South Carolina gonna win, but why do you think they're gonna win?
Yeah, I don't ever recall saying that.
No, man, I felt you talking a little bit of trash on Twitter. I felt
well,
it
listen,
a little bit.
Listen, if I don't say something, most of the Carolina fans, they're typically 90% of the fan base is always typically pissed off at me anyway. So
Yeah.
But honestly, man, this year I think the hire of our defensive coordinator has totally like changed our program. The defensive coordinator had brought a scheme in where he's utilizing a lot of rush ins at the linebacker position, and I know Tennessee has a great running game. I mean, one of the things that I'm more interested in seeing is Evans right out of our back, right out of the PD, right where I'm from. Go against our defense. I think that's going to be a great matchup to see him. I know he's going to have some animosity and some chips on his shoulder about maybe the recruiting process and how we recruited and how we handled that process. So I'm very interested. I'm going to definitely be cheering for him because like I said, he's right out of my backyard, and I think we have a chance of winning if the defense create turnovers. Our special teams have created turnovers. As far as offense, not going to speak on our offense because I don't like our offense. I think our offense is confusing. It's very confused at this point, and so I think it's going to be a battle. It's just going to be a battle of the front seven.
Syvelle, you gotta admit, man. When you gotta admit this to me, man. When you playing home games, that damn chicken is annoying. You gotta admit it is annoying. It
annoyed me. One of the most annoying things is hearing the sandstorm. I still yet to know why our fans are so like I'm so excited about that song. I can't figure it out. I think it's horrible. But they get excited about it.
You better be careful.
I hate it.
You'll get in trouble. You better be careful.
I don't care. I don't care. But to hear the chicken. But nothing's more annoying than hearing Rocky Top played 100 times a game. That is the most annoying thing, especially in Neyland Stadium. I mean, it's loud. The seats, everybody's sitting all bunched up.
That's true. That's true.
That's an annoying.
That's true. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that for sure, man. Syvelle, on a more serious note, my friend,
mm-hmm.
You play this game at the SEC level, and you have an opportunity to play at the next level, man. If you go out and you show out, you make plays, you can go play at the next level. And we've had teammates that we've played with, we've had opponents that we've played against be able to go and do that. And we had our own process where we were striving to go to the next level, came up a little bit short of what we wanted to do, growing up, and our dreams and our goals. And everyone has their own reason of why they're not playing 10, 15 years in the league, which is what we wanted to do. And for some guys, man, it's a tough adjustment period for them. I went through it. We all go through it. And it doesn't matter if you go to the league and you play for 5, 10 years, or if you don't go at all, and you still have to adjust. And for some guys, it's a lot harder than others. We lost a former student athlete this past weekend, former basketball player, Syvelle, Major Wingate.
Who right out of my backyard.
Yeah, who took his own life. And the pressure, the depression, man, you feel alone. And Syvelle, I was reading an article here about you. and how you were battling some of the same things. And one of your former teammates took his own life, and it changed your whole mindset. And so, man, can you just please kind of share with us how you were able to overcome? Because I know there's someone listening that may be going through some things right now, and maybe what you say can help them. You know, mental health is something that we don't shy away from. We address, and we think it's very, very important. And so, man, I told you on the phone, man, I'm proud of you stepping forward, making yourself vulnerable, sharing your story, and because I know it's going to help other people. But, man, just please, man, the floor is yours. Just kind of share with us, you know, what were you going through, and now where you are now.
Yeah, man. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to do it. With a different fan base. Crazily, I'll connect the two together. It's tough. Especially making it to the Shrine game or a senior game. You got to be selected, going to the combine, and you're doing all these things just to put a whole lot of years in it of your life on the field. You put your blood, sweat, and tears out on the field, and to have injuries at the end of your career, kind of just to rob them. I think when we both was at the East-West Shrine game, crazily, we was roommates, but both of us was battling some end of the season injuries where we couldn't really perform like we wanted to at that game when it was our opportunity to be in front of the pro scouts. I end up not getting drafted, being said to be one of the best athletes in the draft. And, my brother was already in the NFL playing for the Falcons at the time. And, just like I said, a childhood dream, and you going through all these years, and you just know that that's where you're going as an athlete. So for a lot of athletes, when everybody say, hey, what's your plan B? Or what will you do if football don't work? Normally you will hear an athlete say, I ain't worried about a plan B because I know I'm going to the NFL, like no question. I know that's where my destination is. So when you come short of that, it's more like now I got to scramble. Now life hits you. Some players, you get into that father phase where you got a kid to take care of, and you thinking that, or you got a mom who's home struggling, who's been struggling all these years, still working, providing, making sure you get there, and all you want to do is take care of mom and take care of your family and all these things. So when you fall short of that anxiety and that depression hits you, and it's like sitting in a dark room. It's like sitting in a dark room, and you got so many doors around you, but you can't find the handle to twist the door to open. You got all the keys around your waist to open all the doors to get out of the darkness, but at the end of the day, you don't know because you don't have a plan B. It's like being in a huddle with a concussion. I remember playing against Tennessee, and I can't remember quite who it was who hit me. I think it was Mayo. He hit me pretty hard, and and I went back to the huddle, and they was trying to call the play, and I didn't know what the play was because I was kind of ring my bell a little bit. But I think we ended up calling a timeout that play. And that's how it is. It's like being trapped somewhere. You don't know which direction to go. You don't know which play to call to get out of that darkness, and you get stuck there. So I battled with anxiety and depression, didn't know what to do. And like I said, I was at the point to where that depression had led me to, where I was ready to take my own life. And I just didn't felt that I was worth anything. I didn't felt like, I deserved to live anymore. And then boom, then my teammate, he ended up ended up taking his own life. And then a little bit later had another teammate. A lot of people forget OJ Murdoch, who also, did the same thing. And it was kind of like an eye opener, man. It was like, wow, these guys are in the NFL. These guys have made it to the NFL, and and this is where their life ended. So, and I'm sitting here frustrated and not understanding, knowing my talent, being and wanting to be in the NFL, and these guys are there, and this was their decision. So, it kind of opened my eyes to a lot. to a lot of things. And I had my daughter at the time, and I just said, there's so much more to life. I started receiving counseling. I started going to counseling. I met a adult counselor when I decided to go back. Coach Spurrier allowed me to come back to school to finish my degree. And I went back to school, and I met my counselor, and there I started receiving counseling. Believe it or not, I started watching a lot of videos from Inky Johnson, from a former Tennessee player, to where, like, just to see No read his story and to see how he overcame. And now I'm kind of in the same light, doing the same thing. As you see on my shirt, it says "Be you for you." I was sitting on my counselor's seat, and that's what he said. He said, "Man, Syvelle, man, everybody loves you, and you got to love yourself." He was like, if you can be you for you and just love yourself, and stay decided and committed to all the things that you want in life, some things can happen because you're great and you're beautiful. And that's just my mission statement every day, that even in the midst of my gym, when people come in the midst of sitting and doing life coaching sessions, I'm always encouraging people to be you for you. So I really encourage all athletes to know that your plan B has to be more important than what you think your plan A is, because that B could be the actual route that you're going to have to take in life. And if it's non-existent, there is where you start to enter into the darkness, because now you're in that room trapped and you don't know where to go. So I encourage all Tennessee players, all South Carolina players, all players around the nation to know that that there's football, but sometimes watching football just through the television is just as good, as long as you got a plan B to be able to strive. I mean, look at Swain event. I mean, it's a big thing that people love. I watch you. I love to watch you talk sports, and I'm proud of you also for things that you're doing. And I just want everybody to know that football isn't the end of it. And actually just loving yourself is actually the biggest part of everything that you do in life.
Syvelle, what was that moment like when the first person told you, after you decided to share your story and be vocal and public about it? What was that moment like for you when the first person came to you and said, "Hey, Syvelle, you saved my life"? How did it make you feel?
Oh man, it's tears, man. Like it's tears. It's a hug. It's a celebration. It's actually like this. Running, being in Tennessee, which I never got a chance to do. I hate about that. Being in front of those fans, and just running in that checkered touchdown, and that used to be, and just being able to hit, to celebrate a touchdown by spiking the ball, or handing it out to your offensive lineman, just is that type of feel again for me. So to see someone come up to me and say, "Hey man, your story encouraged me to stop drinking. Your story encouraged me to go to AA. I didn't know that you went through AA twice. Your story made me go to anger management. Your story made me, go to find a counselor, or to start watching videos by Inky Johnson, or to start watching sermons and different things like that. You were the reason." So when you get that, man, it's like scoring that touchdown on the SEC field, man, and just hearing the fans go crazy, and you quiet and all the negative thoughts around, when all the opposing teams are just screaming, and next thing you know, you score. It's just silence. Then you finally get that peace in your life. So just providing that peace is way, man, it's way more impact than actually running in a touchdown.
Do you and we joined by Syvelle Newton here on the Swain event, former Carolina Mr. Do It All. You still connect with Coach Spurrier? Still talk to Coach Spurrier?
I'm actually connected with Coach Spurrier Jr., his son. We normally text pretty much once a week. He's down at Mississippi State now, with Coach Leach on that staff as the outside wide receiver coach. So I'm actually still connected with him. So but Coach Spurrier, I had the chance of speaking with him a couple of times, and believe it or not, we ironed out a lot during that conversation, and to kind of understand him. a little bit more about some of the decisions that he made because right after that Tennessee game where Robert Meacham was lucky enough to get that conversion on the side against Carlos Thomas, but we had you guys beat.
What year was
Thought y'all
that?
was gonna.
What year was that?
That was 2006,
Okay.
2006, our senior year. When we had you guys beat, we came back, and then Robert got that pass down the sideline, which kind of allowed y'all to go ahead and win. But we should have won that game. But shortly after that, I was moved to defense,
Ooh.
and I was moved to defense.
Ooh, I bet you
I
was hot.
never I never understood it. I never understood it, and I never understood why they moved me to defense because they told me they didn't have a place for me on offense. I was like, okay, I'm the first person to run the Wildcat. I changed college football, so now you telling me you don't have a place for me on offense. Now I'm on defense. I don't even know how to tackle. in the first game you put me in on defense, you got me going man to man with Percy Hartman, one of the fastest college football players there, and I'm like, oh my god, like I mean, it was crazy.
I
So I
love
didn't
you, man, but
understand it.
that's a mismatch.
That's a total mismatch. Yeah,
That ain't fair.
yeah. Imagine Tim Tebow coming downhill and you don't know how to tackle.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that was something I never understood, and I still don't understand it to this day. But we were able to talk about it and move on from that conversation. And he told me once he is in town that we would grab something to eat. So that was kind of a big thing because I carried a lot of animosity towards him for so many years and the program for so many years just because of how things were handled in my career there. And so now just to be able to be at peace with some of those things is even good, man.
Yeah, that is good, man. I'm just, man. You seem happier,
Oh yeah.
because I can see some animosity towards the old program. And listen, it's not abnormal. I mean, it's normal
Mm-hmm.
that things happen in the course of your career. 4 years, something happens and it's not handled the right way by a coach. And sometimes coaches mess up too. They're humans, and
Yeah.
and you get that miscommunication, and then you get that animosity, and before you know it, it's 5-10 years, and you haven't even been back to your program before. Or if you someone that's vocal, you don't have anything nice to say. So it's I'll tell you this, it's not just a South Carolina thing. It's happened.
Oh yeah.
It's happened here, and there's a lot of people that are here right now, new folks that are trying to help players heal and feel better about their school. And we haven't won, big time football in the last decade. So it's even more important to make sure that we all come together, and it happens everywhere, man. But I'm just happy for you. You seem happier. I can't wait to see you in person again. Man, I'm just happy, man. I'm glad
Yes,
that you joined
sir.
us today, and I hope the Vols gonna whoop that booty on Saturday. But I am one of your biggest fans, my friend. I will tell you that.
Yes, sir, man. I honestly think it's gonna be a good game, man. We just struggled on offense and so far this year, and hopefully this is one of the games that we actually start to click a little bit on offense. I hate that it would have to be against you guys because we should have beat Kentucky, but
Yep.
should have halves in the SEC means nothing. But our defense is just playing such phenomenal ball right now, man. We are one of the only teams to score against Georgia, and we did it, and we did it early. So we have some bright spots to where we can come out and be a good team. But I just hope with Coach Hyper and Coach Beamer both being in their first year that the fans, be a little patient. I mean, look what Coach Stoops have taken Kentucky in his first couple of years. They might have won like 3 to 4 football games, maybe hardly none in the SEC in his first 2 to 3 years. So give these coaches a chance. Coach Hyper has showed that he can win. He has a very extreme offensive mind. And I know that he'll have a staff ready to help you guys do better. Y'all getting a lot of recruits in, and I know we're going to do the same. So it's going to always be a battle against the Rocky Top. I call y'all the smooth top instead of the Rocky Top. But We coming with a whole bunch of garnet, and we looking to take over that orange and make Neon Stadium
It
ours.
ain't gonna happen.
So yeah,
You know that.
we coming. We're coming.
You know it ain't gonna happen. If it ain't
It's gonna
happen
be
when
a
Spurrier was
battle.
a coach, it ain't gonna ever happen. You know that.
Well, it actually did happen when Spurrier was a coach for a little while.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
after
oh
we came,
05, 05, 05, y'all came in here,
yeah,
won.
we came in
Yeah.
and won. We snuck and went. '06 we should have won it. Like I said, no shouldas. But yeah, it's gonna be a battle, man. I think that the where the game is gonna be which running back shows out.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be Evans, or is it or is it gonna be one of our running backs to stand out? It's time for Harris to have a breakout game, and he hasn't had one yet. Y'all can't tackle. So with y'all not being able to tackle, so it's gonna it's gonna be a game, man. It's gonna be a game, and I think it's gonna be one in the trenches. So if we can somehow put together a good rushing game, Harris haven't had a game over 100 yards yet, and he was named to be one of the best running backs. So hopefully this is his week, his big coming out party against you guys.
I doubt it. Hey, man, we gonna get over there and teach them receivers how to catch, man. I watched the Kentucky game. A bunch of drop passes, man. What's going on with that, Syvelle?
Hey man, listen, I really wanted to be a part of this staff. I was hoping to get some form of call to come out and help, because I was there when during the years where they had Bruce Ellerton, they had they had Shaq Rowland, those guys, when I was being also an assistant coach with Coach Spurrier Jr. when he kind of moved over to the coordinator spot. But that was kind of the end of the coaching tenure there. So I'm looking to get back into it, hoping to get back into it in some form of fashion. But Coach Steps, he's pretty good at what he do. I watched him play with my brother at Furman. So hopefully he can help those guys get better. If not, what I'm saying, he can always give me a call so I can help him out.
I like it. All right, Syvelle, on the way out, man, give the people information on you, man, how they can, follow you and follow your work, and man, just keep up with what you're doing. If someone is, kind of in that dark room, how can they follow what you're doing?
Yeah, man, just follow me on all my social media platforms. It's just really just Syvelle Newton. I don't have a whole lot of followers or anything like that, so it's easy to connect to me. I see messages. I get messages all the time into my direct messages on Twitter, DMs on Instagram. I respond to all messages. I'm very easy to contact. With my business, we do have these shirts. We have the wristbands. We have everything that you can actually do just as a reminder to tell you to be you for you and love yourself. Stay decided and committed to be great each and every day. So if you need any form of life coaching or anything where you feel like that room is getting dark, don't hesitate, man. Reach out to me. It doesn't matter if you're a Tennessee fan or a Carolina fan. None of that matters, man. I just want to see everybody happy and walking in peace and living the best life that's available for you to live.
Well, Syvelle, man, I'm gonna have to get with you after the show, my friend. I gotta get one of those shirts, man. Support you. I like the message. So, hey, man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And man, we'll connect. And I'll probably trash talk you here during the game on Saturday too.
Do it, man. Y'all send me y'all sizes, and I'll get those made in orange for you.
Hey, that'll work. That'll work, my friend.
Yes, sir.
That'll work.
Yes, sir.
All right, Syvelle. Proud of you, man.
All right, bro.
Take it easy.